Yo, 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 yo. Skakel in the house. Just doing some last minute maintenance. What up, what up, what up? Peace. Earl Skakel in the house. We are live on a Thursday night. I hope you guys are well. We've had some good streams lately. Let's keep up the momentum, babies. We'll wait for the trolls to come in. And we'll get the party started. What up, Decline Host in the house? Always a pleasure to see you in the stream. Yes, 100%. Sad time for both sides of the party. And, I think no matter what side of the fence you are on, it's, just, there's a lot of unhinged people out there, so. It's just kind of mind-blowing. But when I said why I titled, I was right about the killer. If you recall, last night I said my profiling analysis was 25 to 35, college-aged, disenfranchised, some type of military or tactical training. And, they just have released new video of the killer scaling the wall down to take off into the woods. And you could tell he had experience either rock climbing or some kind of survivalist training. So, I don't know why he would buy AEW. They don't need the money, the Khans. They've got more money than the McMahons do. So you could almost sales pitch me William Morris Endeavor not being really interested in their product that they bought and wanting to sell to Tony Khan, which would be awesome. Yeah, I did. That was pretty... I'm not really a fan of TMC in the first place. They rebel. Dr. Nova, you're out of control. They were... TMZ would not exist if celebrities did not die or overdose or whatnot. They would have no website. So they want things like this to happen. They'll deny it, but they want, Matthew Perry to die because it gives them content. They want this celebrity to get a divorce because it gives them content. It's truly scummy, scummy people. So, yeah, and 9/11, I don't think anyone's forgotten 9/11. It's just the Charlie Kirk Doom. Oh, well, here we go. We can now talk about the dabbleverse. Doom, I just sent you something on Instagram. We have one rule here in the Earl Skakel world, or whatever you want to call it. And that is, I'm trying to get a good angle here with the lighting. Let me turn this light off. There's too much light. There we go. Purple rain, baby. So as long as Doom is here, we can talk about the dabbleverse for free. Are you related to the Kennedys? Yes, I am. My Aunt Ethel is RFK Jr.'s mom. So yeah, RIP. I mean, I'd say it if it was a Democrat, a Republican, someone in the middle. No need to type it twice, Charlie. Well, I kind of felt like, I was on to talk about football picks, which is the only reason I agreed to do it. But, you know, I should have known that going into the dabbleverse, nothing is what it seems. But, I love Kevin as a comic. So, that's, I don't get paid to go on. Yes, my dad, you can look it up just so a lot of people bullshit on here. My dad, his name was James Skakel, James Curtis Skakel, and his sister is RFK Jr.'s mom. Yeah, we're first cousins. It's by marriage, not blood, so it's really not a big deal to me. Michael is my first cousin. Not for free, Bubba. Not. I love how Doom is here and no one wants to talk about the Dabbleverse. And I guarantee you, as soon as Doom goes, hey, let me ask you about Chad. You son of a bitch. Doom is the preeminent clipper in the business. Okay, I can do it. Bamba, since you're a long time, what up, Rudy Bug? Since you're a long time listener, I usually don't do impressions for free. And 1, 2, 3. Well, I just looked it up. He married Ethel Kennedy. Yes, RFK Sr. married Ethel Kennedy. How are one-liner comics doing these days? I'm a one-liner. I don't really know. I don't really keep up on what's currently happening in comedy, to be honest with you. So, they probably do well on cruise ships. Cruise ships like really the worst comedy. So, but I don't. The Comedy Store doesn't really hire one-liner type comics. Yes, I have. When my parents died 2 months apart in 1998, early 1998, he came to both funerals and worked the room. I remember saying to my sister, he's going to be president one day. Just the way he worked the room. He came up to me and said, hey, Earl, I'm sorry for your loss. Gave me a big hug. He didn't know I don't know how he knew I was Earl. So, yeah, it wasn't fun. I'm not going to lie, but what's a Polish margarita? A bigger in a glass of water. I don't know about that one, Ed Spacer. You might be 0 for 1. What up, SC? BID, I believe we are moderatorless. How can you tell the Polish girl is on her period? She's a chick wearing one sock. All right, you're 1 for 1. I give you that. You're 1 for 1. What's up, TB? So, welcome. Hot off my appearance of MLC. Thank you very much. I see Doom just put out a clip of it. I don't know who Jim Swanson is, so I'm sure it's an insult. What up, Mustang guy? Okay. I've been to Greenwich, Connecticut a few times. Been to Danbury, Connecticut to see hockey. Uh, Good for you, or good for her. That's what up, Asher, in the house. Good to see some new people in here. Good to see some old people in here. So, did you ever meet Ron White? I've done shows with him. He offered me marijuana once at the dog park, and I declined. Um, okay, yeah, I don't really watch cartoons, even though I do voiceover work. Um, um, Panic Studio, Tom Papa's extra chromosome. Is that you? I mean, that's an insult, but I really should have made you super chat it. But I read it anyway. Big Bones Ben Jones. Yeah, Ron White's the best. You know, he is the definition of a comics comic. Great guy. He is exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think she probably is having trouble wrestling. I mean, I know she's like a expert MMA person, but some MMA people don't make good wrestlers. They have trouble pulling their punches. So she might, and I don't think she's great on the mic. You can just tell. She's better. She would need a manager. Tony Khan. Um, yeah, you better work. You better go back to the writers' room, um, Panic Studio on that one. I can't do a good Ron White impression. He is like the opposite of me. He loves the booze, but very cool guy. He is. Yeah, she is oddly kind of hot. I believe she's married to a Roderick Strong, so that's an attractive couple. Um, I mean, who knows? She might be good on the mic, but her character, at least with the Death Riders, is don't talk. So, I mean, with the clip that Doom just put out there, 3 comments, 3 insults. So, not sure I'll go back on MLC anytime soon. Do you think? Yeah, I don't know who that was on the second phone call, but they dropped a hard N bomb, and luckily it didn't pick it up. Do you think? I mean, I don't know. I mean, no joke is too soon, but because the video was so graphic. I mean, but I did see one funny. I mean, obviously, what happens not funny at all, but um, one commenter said, "Well, it finally happened. Charlie Kirk is leaning to the left." Um, I mean, that's pretty funny, to be honest with you. Um, well, Amy, let's see what you look like. You guys always like to critique my looks. So let's see what you look like, Amy. I can't wait to see what a monster you look like. Let's see, channel activity. No content. I mean, yeah, you people are unbelievable. Um, a double Whopper with cheese. All right, yeah, you're horned up tonight, Ed. I can tell. No, that is not a wig for Carrot Top. I've had a beard in the past, but not really. It's too itchy. I grow a very. Um, Amy, I don't care. Like, I get laid enough for my own satisfaction. Where if you're not attracted to me, I'll live. Um, I mean, you guys and girls. People say I look like Burt Reynolds as he looks currently. Hey, see, that's funny. McDonald's. Oh, I don't know. You guys talking about boners now? I mean, the trolls are coming in. I mean, must you guys needed 15 or so minutes to come in? I can already tell with the highs and I mean, you guys are out of control. You know what? But I love you all. I let the trolls say their thing. I mean, I try to make the channel fun. Well, the problem, like, let's say you do a Charlie Kirk joke. It's um, you're gonna burn half the audience. Like if they're hardcore Republicans, they're probably pretty upset, so they're not gonna laugh at the joke. So that's a very risky um, side of the humor business. Amy, I take that back. You are attractive. What are you gonna do? You got nice. If that's you, you got nice lips. I mean, the nose is a little pointy. I don't know about the hair color, but you got nice bone structure. You look skinny, so you probably don't have big tits. But you're born in 1991. I see. Welcome to the party, Amy. Not everyone can be attracted to everyone. Sorry, I had to go to my iMac to see what you look like. So hit the subscribe button, will you? How about that? And we can be platonic friends. View message, Johnny Lamb, not taste. So, well, I mean, listen, I've done jokes about 9/11. I've done jokes about um, Ozzy Osbourne dying. I've done jokes about Hulk Hogan dying. Um, but when you talk about politics, you really are going to divide half the room. So, I mean, I don't really have any Charlie Kirk jokes, but I'm not going to lie. I mean, 2 seconds after it happened, I'm literally thinking, okay, I don't know who this guy is, but what's funny about it? Um, so, you know, I just think the graphic image that we've all seen by now, it's man, it's a tough, um, uh, it's a tough image to get out of someone's mind to laugh at a joke about them. So, I, oh, really, Jerry Lawler? It's not really surprising though. Um, so, and the weird thing was he got shot right as he was talking about assassinations. I mean, it almost seemed like the shooter knew the speech, but just eerie, I guess. We need to laugh 100%. We need to laugh and have fun. I mean, I don't think it's planned, but um, I just think it was crazy timing. Um, but who knows? I mean, there's rumors that on the gun he had some writings about trans gendered people, and that was right after he got shot. Right after the question about trans shooters. So, um, I mean, this guy, like I said last night, and it's why I um, titled the stream, I was right about the shooter. I mean, I had the demographic down, white, I said 25 to 35, and probably disenfranchised, so politically motivated, and some type of military and practical training. He kind of looks like that's my dog Lois. She has a collapsed trachea. Um, he looks like he kind of looks like Chad, to be honest with you. I mean, from the neck up. I mean, that's the first thing I thought of. Lois is not hacking her lungs out. She has a partially collapsed trachea and fluid in her lungs. So thank you for the expert medical analysis from the veterinarians in the stream. You bastards. I'll end this stream right now. Um, so it's going to be interesting. It's funny that the night before the shooting, I was talking about how hard it is to commit crimes now. I mean, look at this guy. Um, you've got footage of him before the shooting. You've got footage of him after the shooting. And, college campus is probably the worst place to commit a crime. There's probably literally 5 to 600 cameras on a college campus of that size. Probably cameras every 15 to 20 feet. And he went into the woods. So now you go to gas station cameras, convenience store cameras, ring cameras. I mean, they could probably track his movements to where he is right now. Um, so it is weird, though, that he left it's almost like he wanted to get caught by leaving the gun, and now you're giving the FBI a good forensics to kind of hone in on you. So I have a feeling this is not going to end well. Um, oh, did you see? Did you go there, Steve? Well, I mean, there's the interstate that was right down the road. So it looks like he might have had a car somewhere. I would guess he took the license plates off so they can't track him. But I don't know. I'm guessing now, but you can't do anything um, without being watched now. Um, so I don't know if there were drones in the air. Um, well, I mean, they left an impression in the gravel on the roof, but that's going to be. Wait, the shooter from Charlie Kirk was on Bill Maher. I mean, Bill moves fast. Uh, so, I mean, I would guess. I mean, he might have had help. Maybe a driver. But he seemed very casual, very calm. I mean, if you watch the video of him dropping from the building, he wasn't really panicked. Um, so um, it was just interesting to, um, he looked very casual. He looked like, there was probably a 30-foot drop from the roof to the grass. He looked like he knew how to land. So, very interesting. Some kind of training. And that they say now it was a 150-yard shot with a bolt action rifle. That's not an easy shot. Is it Mel Gibson in the desert, Lethal Weapon? No, but that's a shot that requires some skill. So I'm sure right now they are, well, they said 150 yards just now on CNN, but, 150 to 200 yards. Yeah, I saw that boulder, Johnny. I mean, that's another fly in the ointment. Um, I mean, the last few news reports I've seen says 150 yards, but let's split the difference and say 175 yards. That's not an easy shot. Like, I don't think anyone in the stream could do that shot. I mean, that's definitely some type of training. And I don't mean these fucking gun nuts in the woods just shooting beer cans. Um, I don't remember the Bud Dwyer video. Well, I mean, I think I saw the same expert because I do like watching it on CNN the best because they have John Miller. John Miller's the reporter who interviewed Bin Laden in the tunnel. I mean, he is the real deal when it comes to shit like this. Um, I mean, I'm not saying it's the hardest shot in the world, but I don't think this is just like a gun nut survivalist freak. This is someone with a little bit of training. And like I said, you could tell he knew where to run. Even like I said, how he dropped from the building. He knew if I dropped from that building, I would have fallen on my ass. He landed perfectly. So I've practiced my scopes. Interesting, interesting. I'm not a gun guy, so I'll take your words. Okay, math. I appreciate the fact that you miss him. What up, DB Cooper? But you don't have to like. Please don't make me block you. Yeah, I mean, I would have broken an ankle, probably both. I would have torn my ACL again. Um, Nintendo, we don't spam in here, you son of a bitch. Well, I think he didn't have time to disassemble it, but he looked like he was carrying something. Um, so I'm just interested to know what his training was. Um, yeah, we might have to block Nintendo. 100%. I would be a horrible thief. Um, well, yeah, but I would assume he was wearing gloves. I don't know. I mean, some gun nuts in the stream might tell me if that's possible or if it isn't. And that plane ride is weird. You know how. So I mean, listen, I'm open to anything. I mean, I'm not necessarily a conspiracy guy, to be honest with you, but I'm sure there were a lot of influential people who didn't like Charlie Kirk. So, um, and obviously, I'm not saying I'm not admiring what he did, but it was a good shot. I mean, from let's say 200 yards out, I heard 150, but 200 yards out. Now I'm going to guess he was aiming to shoot him in the forehead, straight shot here or in the temple, hit him there. I mean, maybe 2 inches off from 200 yards out is pretty good. Um, so I don't think I could make that shot. But I've shot a gun once in my life. My cousin Johnny D, we'll call him Johnny D, because I know you guys like to, hack into my family's background. He gave me a 44 Magnum in the woods, and I'll never forget not realizing, even though I've seen every Dirty Harry movie 1,000 times, it's the most powerful handgun in the world, at least it was at that time. And I was probably 16, so I wasn't overly strong back then. Not that I am now, and I shot it, man, and had literal whiplash, so, using the ray gun, I literally was like, okay. And I just kind of half-assed it, and when I shot it, my whole body recoiled. So, that is, the only time I've ever shot a weapon. And, but it is kind of ironic that last week I was talking, all right, Nintendo, I hate to do this, but we don't do that. Your stream's getting bigger when Nintendo is spamming. Let's see here. Hate to do it. Not anymore, guys. Not anymore. I mean, I don't understand. I'm assuming that's a bot. Oh, really? Eckler just blew his Achilles. I know. I kind of want to play Nintendo right now, but you know. Well, the numbers are certainly up for me, 67 people. So I think I finally fucking found the time to stream, about 7 to 8 p.m. my time. So, yeah, I mean, I remember when 9/11 happened, I went to Comp USA. I'm surprised I didn't run into Melton. Didn't he work there? And I heard the terrorist trained on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Uh, oh, okay. I mean, I know nothing about guns, Kyle. So I think this might be the time. It's okay. Well, listen, hit the subscription button. I'm always going to be related to the Kennedys. So, Scott, come on in. The water's fine. I'm a average unknown comic, according to some of the comments on Doom's video. So, uh, you know, come on in. We welcome all into the Earl world. Well, I just want it for protection. I mean, in the past 2 weeks, there's been a black dude smoking crack with a 7-inch knife right outside my door. And then 2 weeks ago, there was a black dude in the car scoping out the garage. And, I come in late, I leave early, 4 or 5 in the morning to go to the gym or whatever. I want protection, man. Um, the gun in Earl's pants gives off a bigger recoil than any handgun. Hey-oh. Well, I tell you who I really sound like. Stick this in your trophy case. EA Sports. It's in the game. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I need like a tactical weapon or anything, but you know, I don't live. I mean, my neighborhood is, it's not like it's a great neighborhood, but it is. That was crazy. 100%. That's a fact, Jack. Yeah, I mean, I'm in a subterranean parking garage, and we've had incidents in the last year of people breaking in, of you murdering Joe to roast battle. I'll allow that in all caps. Um, well, my friend's going to take me to a gun store this week, and no, I'm a football guy. Really, the only video game I play right now. Do it again. Well, Kyle, you should pay me for that. I gave you a freebie, but because you're new to the stream and if you hit the tell me when you hit the subscription button, and I'll do it one more time. Well, I know nothing about guns. I don't need a fucking bazooka. So, okay. Well, I usually don't do this, but because you are a new subscriber and you're probably new to the channel, usually I only do impressions for the money, honey. But because you seem kind of cool. EA Sports. It's in the game. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have fairly big hands, so I'm like a gun that's. I mean, I don't need to kill anyone, but I don't think my mic knuckles are going to help in hand-to-hand combat. And we've had in the last year, a little over a year, we've had 3 armed robberies on my street. So actually 2 on my street and 1 on the next street over. So, that's kind of why I'm looking at moving. But, there's shitty things happening in every area. I mean, Beverly Hills has home invasions. You can't get any more protected of an area than Beverly Hills. Because not only do you have Beverly Hills police, you've got private security. And also LAPD handles, I was just told this, that LAPD handles like north of Sunset. So, where's the comedy club at again? I'm gonna put it in the notes. What comedy club are you talking about, my friend? The Comedy Store is at 8433 Sunset. No, I know what you're saying. I mean, Kyle, this guy, Sunday night, um, he had about a 6 or 7 inch blade while he's smoking crack. And when the cops came, they were like, "Did he threaten you with it?" I'm like, "Well, no," but they said, "Well, then we can't do anything." So, okay, cool. I'll just wait. Um, Jade Visuals. Yo, 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 yo. No need to say hello to everyone in the stream. Uh, but I mean, I didn't know that, and the guy was telling me at the gas station that sometimes Beverly Hills Police, LAPD, and the security, there's like 4 different security companies who patrol the hills. They kind of fight over the calls because, if there's a section north of Sunset that's not Beverly Hills anymore. So, and if it's, I think, north of Mulholland, then you get the Valley Police. It's their kind of gig. So it was just kind of interesting to hear um, the um, the turf wars, I guess you'd say, that happen for the cops, like a home invasion. Because, some parts of the hills north of Sunset are great to escape from. You rob a house or whatever, and then you can just, if it's close enough, you just shoot down Sunset from the canyon, or you shoot down to the valley where, by the time the cops get there, you're probably on Sepulveda, in between Sepulveda and Van Nuys on Ventura. So I wish I was Al Franken. Do you think Al Franken would only have 41 people in his stream? Um, yeah, but pepper spray, you got to kind of know the attack is coming, and you got to get it out of your pants. I mean, I have pepper spray. I have brass knuckles. So, um, it's. I mean, I thought I was getting carjacked the other night. I'm coming up. Let's see, north on San Vicente. I make a right on Cynthia. And then I make a right on Larrabee, and my house is really the first house on Larrabee from Cynthia. And there was this car like tailgating me really badly. And as I pull into the driveway, he stops right behind my car, blocking me. Gets out of his car pretty fast and goes up to my window. I was like, fuck, I'm about to get jacked. And it was the weirdest thing. He was like, do you know where 7-Eleven is? I'm like, yeah. So, well, I don't know if they allow them, but I have them. So, and that's the funny thing, you say that, Ross, but I'd probably be the one getting in trouble. Like if I beat the shit out of some guy with brass knuckles who's trying to rob me, he could probably sue me and probably win. There was an incident at a comedy club I was at where a drunk patron took a swing at a female security guard. This female security guard was like ex-Mossad. I'm not kidding. Like she was no joke. Knocked him out cold. He sued the club and won. And he's the one who hit her first. So, well, they're not technically brass knuckles. Let me show you what they are. These are Stephen Piercy's microphone holders. So, the mic goes in here, and, when he's holding the mic, you're like that. But, as you can tell, and they have little spikes right here. These ain't gonna feel good. I mean, they're solid steel, and, they would not feel great. What up, William Zoom in the house? Zoom, zoom. Hey, we'll go another 20 minutes, guys. And in that time frame, I want to see more likes and more subscriptions. I don't think I'm asking too much. Or am I? We've had a real good run the last few days. So let's make it even better. I want to see 10 more subscriptions before this stream ends. Yeah, but Buddhist priest, you know the deal. You got to do both, baby. Come on now. And Motley Crue just released the greatest hits compilation. Another one? Yeah, that that's a cash grab. What's funny? About a year ago, there was an armed robbery on our street, and they interviewed me. The news reporter recognized me from the Comedy Store or whatever, and he's like, "Well, Earl, on air, what do you do to feel safe?" I'm like, "Well, I carry brass knuckles." And then the next night, they cut to the sheriff, and he was like, "Yeah, anyone who carries brass knuckles is an idiot." The dog is sleeping right now, White Short. The dog is sleeping right now. Thank you very much for asking about Lois. She be chilling right now. So, but it's easy for that fucking cop to say that. I mean, he's got a gun, he's got mace, he's got a baton, he's got probably a rifle in the car, and probably a weapon or two that the general public doesn't know about. So, the sheriff did call me out. Yeah, absolutely. So the brass knuckles, like I said, if it got close to hand combat, um, those would hurt. Absolutely. Um, so I don't know if Buddy Revell, I met him at the Hollywood Autograph Show. He was really nice. You know, that's a fun time. You could blow a lot of money at that thing. I didn't make the last one, which was Saturday, and I would have blown a fair amount of money. You had the Warriors reunion. You had Too Close for Comfort reunion. Uh, I mean, I understand you don't want people running around with all these weapons, but in a neighborhood like mine where there's a fair amount of robberies and thefts and home invasions, man, I'm going to use something. I mean, when that guy was smoking crack with the blade, I came out from under my garage because my neighbors, I'm like the head of security in this fucking building. I came out with my hockey stick. I said, "Hey, man, we got kids in this building. Get the fuck out of here." And I had my Archer's Cali of game stick, and this thing's a weapon, man. And he wasn't scared at all. So um, it was just interesting. So let's go on the Drudge Report right now. See if anything is happening. Well, that's the problem. Well, I'm the biggest guy in my building, so and anytime there's like an intruder, everyone calls me. So I'm a helper. Um, so shooting out conspiracy theories. They released a new picture of the guy. I'm telling you, the guy looks just like Chad from the neck up, like a skinnier Chad. So. Uh, nothing. Nothing really else going on. All right. I love the Drudge Report. He was an early comedy influence of mine. His radio show, was so influential to me. It was 3 hours every Sunday night. And he was so funny. His delivery was funny to me. Because I don't think a lot of his callers knew he was gay. So, some of them were pretty homophobic. And the way Drudge would troll them was just so funny to me. It really motivated me to write for 3 straight hours. And then I'd listen right after Drudge would be Art Bell. And then after Art Bell was it Charlie Bennett? William Bennett. And he wasn't that interesting, to be honest with you, but I just liked the sound of his voice. Belgian Malinois. Those are big dogs. Yeah, I mean, I could have a big dog, but the dog's not going to do me any good in the parking garage. So Charlie Sheen. I don't think Charlie Sheen would have broken both ankles if he did that jump from the building to the grass. So I don't know about that, Buddhist priest. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button. We got 15 more minutes. We're doing hour streams, tight, high and tight, baby. We don't grift for money on here. Um, and we just we're talking about Charlie Kirk. Obviously it's the hot topic right now, and the let's see what the conspiracy theories are. I mean, I saw one conspiracy theory that said Trump had him eliminated. I'm like, what the fuck? The Michael Jackson sports machine. That would have been interesting. Good old George Michael. Um, so yeah, that clip is a big on YouTube. Let's see what some of the conspiracy theories are. Private jets to hand signals and even claims that the gunshot was actually an explosion. Plane theory. Well, I mean, this is an interesting plane theory. I mean, a private jet under the tail number, and it leaves the tail number out, left Provo Airport an hour after the shooting. Suspiciously, 30 minutes into the flight, it drops off radar illegally and reappears headed back to Provo an hour later. Why did this plane turn off its radar? Where's the shooter? I mean, it's interesting. That's an interesting theory. Um, so, oh, they're saying it was the Utah airspace. Hand gestures. And why are these two guys giving hand signals immediately before the shot? Both standing perfectly to the side of the bullet track. That's I mean, these are interesting. I'm not saying it's like no way. Um, Bush sniper, yeah, that was uh, debunked pretty fast. The Bush sniper. I don't think it was an explosion. The only thing that makes me, I don't think he was in pain. I mean, he probably died 30 seconds later. So, but I try not to think about that. I think the moral of the story is anger enough people and someone. Yeah, I mean, really, it really is. Todd is God. I love the way you casually push back on KB. You know the drill. You play it as long as you want, and you bounce. I mean, I love Kevin, but he's not going to talk to me like Clearwater Chad or Ray DeVito or that ain't happening. So, um, it's just not how I roll. Um, yeah, I mean, not that that makes me feel better, but at least he didn't suffer, I guess. Um, I mean, they said there could have been a doctor on the stage and he wouldn't have been able to save him. Oh, yeah, I mean, I had fun. I mean, I got trolled a fair amount in the one clip Doom was already put up, but, you know, I probably won't go back on for a long time. It's just there's no. I mean, listen, if I can get a few subscribers out of it, that's good enough for me. Um, so, I mean, I think Kevin, he probably would never say this, but I think I don't know if he respects me as a comic, but I think he respects me as having a lot of time in the game. So he doesn't really go after me. I mean, there's really not a lot to go after me on. So, Interesting, TB. That's very interesting. Um, oh, I mean, yeah, but Age of Quarrel, I don't, if you guys don't like Chad, I don't tell you people who to like. I don't, you know, I mean, to be honest with you, Chad's the reason I was on the show because he asked me to do it. I don't, I've never been paid once to go on MLC, and I don't ask for money from Kevin, but, I have a good time. I'm good on it like once every 3 months. Um, so, um, I have fun. I mean, I respect Kevin so much as a stand up that, but, I know Kevin, he's a provocateur. So, um, I know the deal. I know he's going to make fun of my cousin. He's going to make fun of I only play the Comedy Store, which, to me really isn't a slam. The Comedy Store is the number one club in the country, probably the world. So if you're only going to play one club, I'm cool with that being the one club. Um, so, oh, thank you, thank you. I mean, I have a good time. What? Yeah, I mean, well, Kevin doesn't know that much about my personal life. Like, I'm sure he would bring up you know who and probably have her on just to fuck with me. But that's why I don't really, I never talk about my exes or whatever. I mean, I don't talk about my exes anyway, unless you guys bring it up. But, I mean, it's not really a slam that I only play the Comedy Store. I mean, I don't have to do the road. You don't think I could do the road if I wanted to? I've got enough TV credits where most clubs in the country would have me. I have no interest in playing a funny bone in Oklahoma. Like that one gig Melton and Chad did. What was it? A funny bone in Oklahoma? I'm good. Like, why the fuck would I travel to Oklahoma to do comedy in front of a bunch of fucking hillbillies and come back to LA that Monday and nothing in my career has changed? Um, I mean, I could get on every club in New York. I could get on at the Cellar, even though I'm not past there. Eddie F could get me on the Cellar like that. I've talked to the booker of the stand this week. He's like, anytime you want to come on down. I mean, Stancil said I can go on at his club. Tracy Carnazzo would get me gigs. I mean, I could get more gigs in New York than most New York comics. So, yeah, me and Stancil are cool. We're not like best friends. We've never physically met, but you know, I'm well regarded in the comedy community. Well, I mean, yeah, but he welcomed her in a different way. I mean, Bolivia's earrings or her ankles for Jem. Florentine's the best, man. I mean, Florentine's one of the few comics that intimidate me. Like, fuck, I don't know if I can follow him. Like, I'm pretty confident in my abilities. Florentine is one where you're like, fuck, man, I don't know if I could follow that. Um, but I followed Chappelle with no problem. I'm not saying I'm as funny as Dave Chappelle. I'm not. But, funny's funny. And, if you know what you're doing up there, you can follow anybody. I mean, I have to follow Saturday night. Every Saturday night, pretty much 6 to 7 comics. They're all on TV. They're all different styles. And, I do fine. I didn't watch his last special, to be honest with you. I had to follow Joey Diaz once in the OR. I was supposed to go on like 2 hours after Joey. And, like, for whatever reason, all the comics between me and Joey didn't show up. They were late. They no-showed. I mean, that happens a lot too. People no-show. It's like, why I mean, you know how many comics would kill for that spot, and you're just blowing it off? I hate that. And so I had to go on after Joey, man, and I did fine. I mean, I'm kind of a good comic to go on after Joey because our energies are so fucking different. He's like all over the place, this frenetic energy, and I'm kind of like in the pocket, Stephen Wright esque, maybe not quite as dry, and so it worked. I mean, I think if you're funny, you can follow anybody. Are certain comics going to be tougher to follow than others? Absolutely. So yeah, you can't please them all. I mean, look, I've just had 3 straight people in here say how good I was on MLC. But if you go on that clip Doom posted about the Hinchcliffe story I told, 3 people basically said I suck. So what are you going to do? What am I good or am I not? And I think especially on like dabbleverse shows, um, you're going to get, oh, this guy's amazing, or he sucks. You're not going to get, he's pretty good. So, I know what I'm getting at when I do MLC or, you know, I don't know. I don't know, Rebel. I mean, I would think I would have been on Rogan by now, but I don't know. It's one of those things where I mean, I would think I've got great stories. I didn't grow up your typical comedy background. I'm related to presidents. That seems right up Joe's alley. But you know, I what can I do? I literally can't do anything about it. And probably $10. Did you ever meet Stephen Wright in person? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure eventually I'll be on it. No, I have never met Stephen Wright, and he is absolutely one of my, I wouldn't say idols, but he's someone I admire a lot. That's for sure. Um, so, you'd think, given some of the comics he's had on 3 or 4 or 5 times, that I would have been on by now. It certainly would help me. I mean, I don't think it means what it used to, but still, for someone like me, it would help me. But what can I do? Like, if he doesn't want me on it, he doesn't want me on it. So I think I had, but it still would mean a lot to me. I mean, think I have 12,200 followers on Instagram. If the interview was good, let's say I went on Joe on Wednesday. Thursday, I'd have 50,000 followers on Instagram. That's just the power of the show still. My YouTube subs would go from 3,800 to probably have 10,000. I mean, that's how powerful his show still is. I mean, back in the day, I think when Ali McCoskey went on, she had like 2,500 followers, and then the next day she had 70,000. So, yeah, thank you, Rebel. Good. I mean, you got to go head on, baby. Yeah, I know. Suck it. My shirt says "suck it," and I was walking around West Hollywood with this shirt. Yeah, but I know he doesn't like people asking. And he's talked about me on the, just to show you the power of Joe. I mean, the last time he talked about me, I think it was Roast Battle. It might have been the time Jeff was on, and he mentioned how funny I was on Roast Battle, and Jeff is squirming like a fish out of water. I got like 150 new subscribers or followers on Instagram just from a name mention. So I can imagine if I was on the show for 3 or 4 hours. But, so far I haven't been, I'm not going to beg. I want, it's not my ego, but I don't want to be on anything where they don't want me on it. So I think with Gutfeld, they don't know who I am. I'm an LA guy. So it's just a matter of enough people messaging them saying, hey, get this guy Earl on. He's funny or whatever. And ironically, I think that's how I would get on Rogan. Because I'm sure like Hinchcliffe would be watching Gutfeld or Red Band, and they'd say, hey, Earl was on Gutfeld. He was pretty funny. And then, hey, Earl, you want to do Rogan next week? Bam. I mean, I would do the road more if they were good gigs, but I'm not going to play the fucking Chuckle Hut in Oklahoma. Fuck that. What would you do if you gave up comedy? I don't know. I mean, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like fitness, so maybe something in that area. Age of Quarrel, $10. Just nothing, but just hey, here's some money, honey. Maybe something with dogs, rescue work. Although, it had to be something that would pay my bills, and rescue work doesn't really pay the bills because all the money goes back into dogs and stuff. So, OnlyFans, yeah, I'm good on that. Thank you very much, though. We'll go a few more minutes, guys, a few more minutes, and then I'm going to go to the gym. Earl, how about I think there is a comedy club in Elko, Nevada. That was one of the first road gigs I ever did with the great Roger Peltz. It was a 2-night run. I think you do Elko, Nevada first on Friday night, and then you do Winnemucca, the Winners Casino, on Saturday night. And yeah, I mean, I'd be a writer for AEW, Ben, absolutely. But hey, let's get to 50 likes. Let's get to 55 likes. I can't drive 55. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would do a security guard job. Maybe a night gig, and something along those lines. I mean, I'm a night owl, nightclub, something in the nightclub world. Be around hot girls and maybe a security guard at a nightclub, a bouncer. I've been around the rich people, so I know how to talk to them. The Red Rocker. So, wow, I was in Winnemucca for 2 days in 1990. I mean, I just remember, was it driving up there from Elko to Winnemucca? I forget how long it is, but it's a few hours drive. I mean, it's a real fucking hillbilly drive. And I was with my girlfriend at the time, Shelly, and I had a Ford Expedition. Not the fastest car in the world, but I was probably going 110. Because there's a stretch between Elko and Winnemucca where there's just nothing. Like, there's nothing. And I get pulled over. And I guess after, what is it, 95 or 100, they can arrest you. So the cop gets to the window. He's pretty pissed. What the fuck you driving so fast for? And I'm like, I'm just going to a comedy gig. He's like, who you seeing that's worth driving that fast for? I'm like, oh no, I'm one of the comics. And he said, all right, tell me a joke, and if I laugh, I'll write you up for going 85. And I forget what joke I told him, but it was a pretty funny joke, and he wrote me up for 85, and he was actually a very cool cop, as was his partner. And so, yeah, I mean, I would do a show on Hair Nation, or Sirius. I'd do a comedy show on Sirius. I mean, I don't know if there is one. I mean, I know, basically it would be like an inappropriate Earl, but on Sirius Nation. And that's right down the street from me. I mean, Sirius XM is about 10 minutes east of me. So, but that's, that was very early on into my comedy career. I mean, it was, like, this must have been 2002, maybe even early 2001. I mean, I learned a lot because I was with Roger Peltz, who was, he was like this weathered road comic. He was kind of like a celebrity in the 70s. He's like one of those guys, random guys. He'd be like a judge on the Gong Show or, $25,000 Pyramid. He was almost like the white Nipsey Russell. Like, why are you a celebrity? And, he definitely was very funny, but I think he was just a road guy. He just loved the road. I think he was single. And so to be a road comic, single in your 50s, good looking guy still, very, very funny. I mean, a little hacky, but that's what, road comics are for the most part. He probably fucked every night he went on stage. So, some guys like that. He didn't want to be famous. I think he gave up being famous, whatever that means, and he just liked doing stand up. Keeping motivated to work out. It is tough, but it's habit. Anything's habit. Thoughts on Charlie Kirk? I got to be honest with you, I didn't know who he was. It's horrible what happened. What someone said in the stream earlier tonight. You make enough people angry, someone will take a swing at you. And these days, it's not a swing, it's a shot. Melissa Mossad. You think the Mossad took him out? I mean, I don't know about that, but the Mossad would not have been. If the Mossad was responsible for the assassination of Charlie Kirk, you wouldn't have gotten one video on their guy. I mean, they are the best at what they do. Melissa, what's your number? Well, maybe we can hook up some people in the stream. So he just came out against Israel 2 days ago. I mean, I don't think. Listen, I don't know. I don't think the Mossad would risk pissing off the United States, but I'm not against any theories out there until we catch this guy. I don't think we're going to catch him. But, in a weird way, this guy almost sounds like he wants to get caught. He left a lot of clues. Mossad not going to leave a lot of clues. The Mossad would not have left the gun. I can assure you of that much. You just feel sorry for the wife and 2 kids, That's the tough part about it. But, improbi, $10. Do you have skinny legs? Are you one of those who just works out the upper body? Now, I've, genetic-wise, thank you, first of all, thank you very much. When I was lifting in my early 20s and late teens at the gym, my nickname was Baby Platts, after Tom Platts. Mark Ruffalo. I get that a lot. I look like Mark Ruffalo. I get John Cena, weirdly enough, without the glasses. You can't see me. I can't see shit without my glasses. So, I don't know. I don't think I don't know. He might be dead. With all the Ring cameras in that neighborhood he ran towards, I don't know. These are Dita eyewear glasses. We'll go another 5 minutes. We'll go to 75 minutes. This has been a nice, tight stream. It's 3 good streams in a row, numbers-wise, for me anyway. So I think my new... this is the funny thing about YouTube and the analytics. The analytics page tells me the best time for me to stream is between 12 and 6 p.m. And I've tried that. I get maybe 20 people in the stream. And it says 7 to 8 to 9 p.m. my time. The least amount of my viewers are online, and I've doubled the viewers. So, maybe I've somewhat trapped the algorithm. Yeah, he'll fuck up like that Luigi guy did, talking to the hot girl at Starbucks, and a piece of pussy took out Luigi. So it'll be something similar. What do I think about the WWE and Saudi Arabia? There's a lot of money in Saudi Arabia, so I'm sure they were paid handsomely. So I understand it. It's a better time spot for me. Who's your favorite viewer? Why is it me? We'll see. I'm much more of a night person than I am an afternoon person. And plus, in the afternoon, you've got so many dabbleverse related people. You got Kevin streaming, you got Melton streaming, you got Shuley streaming. I mean, I believe. Let's go right now. I feel like Kevin Brennan doing this. Let's go home and Let's go live. Who's live right now? Oh, well, nobody likes any, but that's a 24-hour stream. So why are they? Oh, we've got Mersh. He's doing his thing, and it's 365 people watching. You've got Eric Nagel with 23 people watching, and then let's see, not real. I believe Mersh is the only person streaming at this moment. So from the dabbleverse anyway. So, and probably $10. I think you and Diedrich Bader would be a great brother duo in a sitcom. I've met him before at the post office on Beverly outside Erewhon. I like Red Bar. I mean, a lot of my comedy friends don't like him, but he's never gone after me, so I'll take that as a win. And I've never met him. I've talked to him on DMs, of course. And I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't. Aren't you guys cut? No, I'm not cousins with Red Bar. Mike David, I believe that's his name. No, but he's one of the OGs. The Dabbleverse probably would not exist unless it were for guys like Red Bar and Melton and a couple others. They really led the way. So, I can't stand Red Bar. I mean, the only thing I don't like about Red Bar is he did a Kill Tony documentary that was pretty fascinating, and it was like 4 hours. Now, the actual documentary was probably about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, but he stops and starts so many times. It just took a long time. And I have ADD, man. I lose interest after a while on anything. So even when I'm watching hockey, I got to get up, 20 minutes, walk the dog or do whatever. I did not. I've never been in the same room as Red Bar, as far as I know. So fake news, fake news. We got 2 more minutes, guys, and then Earl Skakel must go to the gym, and you guys could watch Mersh, I believe Nightwave Radio it's called. See, I tell people other places to go, and Nobody Likes Onions I think they're doing their 24/7 thing, so I don't know what it's about, but you know. Tonight's just cardio day. I do about an hour and 5 minutes on the elliptical, and then I do a couple sets of box jumps, and then that's it. My workouts really aren't probably going to impress any fitness trainer, but I also, I don't care. I work out for myself. I don't care. I eat well. I look good. So that's all I do it for. Chloe, as much as I love you, there are no all caps in here unless your name is Peter Chicken Man Brennan. So please be aware of that next time. I don't want to insult the Chicken Man. My birthday is September 17th. Let's blow it out. And we'll have a good time on my birthday. We'll just party it up. And, this has been a great episode. That's 3 well-watched episodes back to back to back, for me anyway. My goal is to one day get 365 people like Mersh. So I appreciate you guys. William, I got what you sent me. I haven't opened it up yet because I'm assuming it's a birthday card, so I'm going to open it up September 17th, so thank you very much. Did you know Jeff Ross's birthday is 2 days before yours? I did not. I know nothing about Jeff, and I plan to keep it that way. What an awful person. Earl Skakel over and out.